Arknights!
Pramanix is a 5-star Hexer supporter. She originally released with the game and is currently available through both kernel headhunting and recruitment, using the tags Senior Operator, Ranged, Debuff, and Supporter. Pramanix, real name Enya Silverash, has 6 years of combat experience, likely due to her short time working aboard Rhodes Island or even during her time as the Saintess. She stands 161 centimeters tall, was born on the 13th of February in Yereg, and is of the feline race, specifically a snow leopard. In our archive files and promotion record, it's noted that Pramanix alone bears the titles of Carlin Santis, Enlightened One, and Praised One, the supreme divine leader of Yereg, before whom even her brother Silverash must bow. Honored as perfect and holy, she embodies the nation's glory, yet behind her reverence, she quietly suffers in her heart. The canonization of a new saint is a sacred yet brutal trial, beginning when girls of the proper age gather at the shrine after the previous saint's death. The one struck by the first drop of meltwater earns the right to carry the trial bell and walk heaven's road towards the residence of the gods. After the long winding ascent, she must nod every 3 steps and ring the bell every 5. For any failure, ends her claim. Many falter or collapse, and only those with strength, piety, and endurance, and divine favor are reborn as the saint on the 2nd day. Beyond the elders of the Vinebeat court, Pramanix must manage the clergy's daily burdens, receiving statesmen, presiding over ceremonies, and deciphering endless scriptures. The weight of these duties can leave her overwhelmed, even breathless. In moments of clever self-made respite, she sheds her burden and reveals her true self. Had she not become a saint, Pramanix might still idle away afternoons at the old Silverash residence with silks, tea, and books. Instead, her brother made a painful choice, and their compromise severed their bond. Now, disappointment outweighs blood, leaving them only polite public greetings and no private words. Pramanix's bell is said to be a divine gift, rumored to summon devastating ice and snow, though its true power is more restrained yet formidable. To ring it requires precise prayer. Silence entombs the wielder in ice, and any error turns arts upon them. As such, the bell is effectively only usable by no one but Pramanix herself. Pra is confirmed to be non-infected. She has a cell originum assimilation of 0% and a blood originum crystal density of 0.11 parts per liter. The notes in her medical file state that Pra has not been in active zones with large quantities of originum. In her voice lines, voiced by Ryuzaki Ichi, Pra wears a white knitted sweater underneath a white dress with fringe, a triangle pattern, and split skirt near the bottom. 3 belts around her waist, with the bottommost having 2 pouches on it, a orange, white, and blue bead necklace around her neck, brown and blue headpiece, black shawl with fringe at the bottom and Yereg symbol on the shoulder, watch on her left wrist, gray thigh highs, and fur-trimmed knee-high boots. She holds her bell in her right hand with a blue ribbon tied around it. In her voice lines, voiced by Hayami Saori, who also voices Ikaros in Heaven's Lost Property, Ayase Aragake in Orimo, Sachi in SAO, Kagura Mikazuchi in Fairy Tail, Yukino Yukinoshita in Rom-Com Snafu, Emi Igawa in Your Lie in April, Yatsugi Onoki in the Monogatari series, Haruka Ogasawara in Sound Euphonium, Ryu Lion in Danmachi, Aoma Blue Mountain in Is the Order a Rabbit, Fubuki in One Punch Man, Kotori Ida in Sweetness and Lightning, Himawari Uzumaki in Boruto, Kokoro in Darling in the Franxx, Thurisi Alexandrite in Shield Hero, Shinobu Kocho in Demon Slayer, Azazel Ameri in Iramakun, Kasumi in Bofuri, Maria Campbell in Villainess Isekai, Suki Uzaki in Uzaki-chan, Yamato in One Piece, Toko Sakurai in My Senpai is Annoying, Yor Forger in Spy Family, Maria Deathflame in Don't Hurt Me My Healer, Momo Ryuju in Kaguya-sama, Fallon Toden in Dungeon Meshi, Osaragi in Sakamoto Days, multiple roles in Fate Grand Order, Graf Zeppelin in Hagikaze and Kankol, Vector in Girls Frontline, Laura and Hayes in Xenoblade Chronicles 2 Torn of the Golden Country, Ianella in Ace Combat 7 Skies Unknown, Shimakaze in Azure Lane, Ayaka in Genshin, Nagisa in Blue Archive, and Hulkenberg in Metaphor Refantasio. Pra often talks of her religion and sneaking away from her duties.
静かに。内密に抜け出してき。あなたがロドスの。カランドの巫女、プラマニクスと申します。ロドスに協力し、あなたに祝福を授けましょう。当代の巫女は身共でございます。ただ巫女の席は重く、時折、本当に時折、胸が詰まるほどの重責から息を抜きたくなる時もございます。カランドの神ですか？巫女としての職務上、浅からぬ中、とでも申し上げておきましょう。幼子の頃、外で足を痛めてしまったことがございます。お兄様が私を背負い、一晩中歩き回って人家を探してくれました。あの時は、お兄様のような立派な人間になりたいと思ったものです。しかし今は、いえ、何でもございません。どうやってここに来たのですか？あなたの足、二度と使えぬよう凍らせて。コーヒー？私にですか？ありがとうございます。ドクターも、ここで少しのんびりしませんか？ええ、サボりってやつですね。ここからの眺めは格別です。二人だけの秘密ですよ。苦い。
At E2 level 80 with max trust, potential, and module, Pra has 1,785 HP, 495 attack, 102 defense, 33 resistance, a 66 second redeployment time, 10 DP cost, and has a 1.47 attack speed. Her range is the standard range for a Hexer supporter. At max trust, she gains plus 65 attack. At max pot, she gains minus 2 DP cost, plus 8 resistance, minus 4 seconds to redeploy, and a buff to her talent. Her first talent, Weakening, at E2 pot 4, applies a 33% fragile effect to enemies within her range that have less than 40% HP. Her second talent, The Bell Tolls Twice, has her attack 2 foes at the same time. Pra has 2 base skills, with one being unlocked at E2. Her first base skill, Carlin Saint, makes it so that when she's assigned to a dorm, she restores plus 0.5 morale per hour to another op assigned to the same dorm whose morale is not full. She also restores plus 0.25 of her own morale per hour. Her second base skill, Supporter Expert Beta, increases mastery training speed by plus 50% when Pra is assigned as a trainer in the training room. Pra's first skill, Echolocation, gains SP over time and is manually triggered. Level 7 starts with 20 SP and needs 40 SP to proc, and lasts for 16 seconds. M3 starts with 25 SP, needs 40 SP to proc, and lasts for 20 seconds. At level 7, Pra attacks 2 foes simultaneously, and reduces the attack speed of foes in range by minus 50. At M3, it's minus 60 attack speed for foes in her range. Her second skill, Natural Deterrent, gains SP over time and is manually triggered. Level 7 starts with 16 SP, needs 40 SP to proc, and lasts 18 seconds. M3 starts with 20 SP, needs 40 SP to proc, and lasts for 25 seconds. At level 7, Pra gives minus 45% defense and minus 26% resistance to all foes within her range. At M3, it's minus 60% defense and minus 30% resistance. Pra has a UMD-X module named Knitting of a Future, which makes it so that her attacks apply a 10% enfeeble to foes hit for 2 seconds. At module level 3, her talent, the Bell Tolls Twice, is fully upgraded, making it so that, in addition to hitting 2 foes at once, her attacks also have a 25% chance to inflict cold for 1 second. She also gains plus 180 HP and plus 8 attack speed. To unlock and fully upgrade this module, you must have Pramanix at E2 level 50, have 100 trust with her, have your own Pramanix deal 60,000 damage, 3-star stage 2-3 deploying your own Pra and only having 6 other ops in the squad, have 6 module data blocks, 20 data patching strips, 8 data patching devices, 3 Auroron blocks, 4 optimized devices, 5 manganese trihydrates, and 150,000 LMD. Pramanix is a rare case of a 5-star operator from the launch of the game that hasn't gotten completely power crept by more recent additions. Her talents, applying an up to 33% fragile and attacking 2 enemies at once, are quite useful, especially considering that a 6-star op like Suzerain needs her S2 to hit 2 at once. Her S2 also allows her to attack 2 enemies at once, while further cementing a role as a debuffer by also reducing the attack speed of enemies in her range by up to -60. The same going for her S2, except by reducing defense and resistance. The addition of her module also makes her all the more useful, and her attacks can now enfeeble, making enemy attacks weaker, and applies a 1-second cold 25% of the time. Pramanix is great in boss squads in my opinion, where her first talent and both of her skills will make the boss less powerful, less tanky, or attack slower, allowing for the damage dealers to quickly mop up the boss compared to a slower slog without the presence of her. Highly recommended to build. Thank you for watching. Please follow my Twitter and Blue Sky for updates, and please check out my other Azure Lane and Uma Musume videos as well. Come back tomorrow for next week's character teasers.